Hi everybody, if exercise is something that you're thinking of getting into for 2023, it is really important to make sure that we boost our metabolism because that's going to make a difference to your energy levels as well as shedding a few kilos. So if you want to look like this, sorry, not allowed to say that.
If you want to feel amazing,
that's the key. We want to boost your energy, and there's a couple of things that we're going to show you how we can use these resistance bands as to how we can achieve that. We're going to take you through our favourite 4 tips that are going to boost up your metabolism, get the blood flowing, and going to maintain a bit of healthy posture, which then helps you to stop draining your energy. So Em's going through what we've got now. We don't need our booty bands for this one. Our bands come with an anchor. Can you stop playing and get the bits out?
Sorry.
These are the straps. We're not using those this time because we want to make sure that you can do this sequence of exercises anywhere at any time without having to take extra bits. So this is that is the door anchor, which makes this set really versatile. You can literally work every single muscle within your body, same as with the ankle straps. But for now, we're going to show you how to use one resistance band with the handles on to be able to do these exercises, these 4 of our favorite exercises. The bands come with different resistances. So if you're just starting out, please start on the minimal, on the black or the white band, because it will give you the ability to build resistance over time, but not wear you out to the point that you don't want to, sit on the toilet the next day because you're in agony. So let's get rid of these bits and pieces. You need that.
Been there.
You need that little handle there.
I'm at the handle.
Pick a resistance that we're going to be able to see. I'm going to challenge you a little and pick a
blue
heavy one, second heaviest. You know Em's tough, she can handle it.
You didn't pick that one, I would have struggled, just saying.
Alrighty. We use the carabiner to hook onto our handles, nice and simple. These 4 exercises are going to be used with your feet standing on the band, creating the anchor rather than using the door anchor. Because like I said, if you're out traveling, you've got a bit of time off, you want to be able to do this anywhere, anytime. Not to say you can't take your door anchor, but it's a bit nerve-wracking using it at someone's Airbnb. You don't want to cause any damage. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with the major muscles of our quadriceps here. These muscles will really boost your metabolism. We're going to do 10 lots of squats. A couple of things we need to make sure that you do to maintain safety. Make sure that the band is in the middle of your feet. Don't have it on the tips because as you go to bend down, it might flip out. You don't want to cause yourself any damage. So right in where the arch is of your foot. And we're going to use that extra bit of resistance while we do a squat. When we do a squat, we're imagining sitting on a toilet seat, on a seat, whatever.
Public toilet.
Public toilet. Ew, you don't want to sit there for too long.
Silver bowls where there's no actual seat.
Yeah, those ones.
And you go in there and there's no toilet paper except for that tracing paper style, and you have to put so much on the seat and then you really don't want to touch the seat.
So that's what we're doing. We're sitting down without putting our knees over our toes. So a lot of people think that this is how you do a squat. This is not how you do a squat. You'll damage your knees and you'll cause aggravation to your back. To really work that quadricep muscle, we're sitting back on the public toilet seat. So if you can remember that, you'll get this done, no problem at all. If you've got a couch where you're doing this exercise, you can literally use the couch, and as soon as your backside touches it, pop yourself back up again. When you pop yourself back up, I want you to really flick your pelvis forward. This will engage your glute muscles as well. Another really good muscle and strong muscle that if we can start activating it, it will start building our metabolism. Our metabolism is what works to keep our body just alive, breathing, heartbeat, all of those things, while we're sitting down doing nothing. If you can increase your metabolism, you literally burn fat while you're sitting down doing nothing. So we're trying to help our body to really get a big strong base, so a big muscle body, and then you're burning more calories while we're sitting down doing nothing. So this is important.
I mention too, when you're doing it, to try and keep the weight in the heels, don't tip forward.
Very, very important. We're going to do
so you can wiggle your toes.
10 of these. If you want to follow this through from start to finish, you can. And then you can do this whole series again, a second and potentially a third time. If you're just starting out with exercise, start through once, then tomorrow have a crack at it again. And then maybe by the end of the week, you can start doing 2 rounds or 3 rounds. If you've done a bit of exercise before, get through and do 3 rounds of these. And of course, choose an appropriate band for your strength and your caliber of exercise. So squats, 10 of them, make sure that you're going backwards and not damaging your knees. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to work the gluteal muscles. I mentioned before, if your posture is poor, so whether you're got the duck's backside, as I like to call the old duck's bum hanging out there, we need to contract the glutes to be able to tuck our tail under, because if we're walking around with poor posture, it drains our energy. We want to boost our energy, right? So we're going to do, this is mean and nasty. Em's going to take this one to a whole nother level for you.
I love these exercises. I really do.
Again, make sure that the band is in that instep. You don't want it to be towards your toes because it will pop off when doing this one. We're going to do a crossover at the front, and then we're going to move our leg one at a time, stand on one leg, do the exercise on one side, and we're going to move it in 3 different orientations. Outwards, back on a 45, and then straight back. Outwards, 45, straight back. This is making sure we encompass all aspects of our gluteal muscles. There are actually 3 glutes: glute min, glute med, and glute max. We want to make sure we address all of them. Glute max really helps us to tuck our tail under, but glute med and min are really good at keeping our pelvis nice and stable every time we take a step. If we've got an issue with that muscle, our pelvis drops and it drags our energy every single step that we take. This is full on, okay? If you are just starting out, you can just do your legs straight back to begin with and do 10 of them. Then you need to swap over to the other side. Whenever we swap, just double check that the band is where it needs to be to not flick off your foot, to make sure that you don't cause any damage. Let's have a look at it from another angle. Side, 45, straight back. Side works the outside glute, and then straight back will work glute med.
You can keep your feet off the ground.
That makes it even harder. We're wanting to achieve 10 of these on both sides. So out 45 and back is 1. We're wanting to achieve 10 of them on both sides. So we've started with our big major muscles to boost up our metabolism, get our heart going, warm up the lower legs. And now we're working on those muscles that are really going to help to boost up your metabolism as well as help with your posture. That's exercise number 2. Righto. Exercise number 3, we're going to work another postural muscle which results in us having rounded shoulders. We're going to uncross the bands here, and we're going to do a row on our rhomboid. So we're going to lean forward a little bit, and we're going to pull back and pinch our shoulder blades together, up and back, up and back. And we're going to do 10 of these. Magic number makes it easy for you to remember. And this muscle here helps to stop us rounding our posture, brings us our shoulders back, brings our head back inadvertently, and it will help you to get more energy. The more open our chest is, the easier it is for us to breathe, the easier it is for our heart to beat, because our upper body, our chest, isn't being compressed. So this is a really good one to open up the top of our body. So we've worked on the big muscles of the legs and the glutes for our posture. We're now working on our upper body to be able to open up our chest and increase the energy, because that's what we need. If we can increase the energy, we're much more likely to take the dogs for a walk. We're much more likely to take the stairs than the elevator. All of these things are going to add towards becoming a healthier version of yourself this year. Excellent. So 10 of those. Last but not least, we're going to work the upper muscles. This works a lot of the shoulder muscles here. If you've got an issue with a bursitis, tendonitis, or a tear from the rotator cuff, please avoid this exercise, but otherwise go for it, because this is going to take your energy from your base and it's going to pop it up throughout the top of your body, which is going to bring energy. It's going to really increase the energy up, blood flow to your brain, which we absolutely love. We're going to just stand on the band with one foot, so that we've got plenty of leeway on our band to be able to get our arm up and into the air. This is using so many of our upper body muscles that we're really starting to round out our whole body posture, as well as being able to make sure that we get multiple muscles involved. The more muscles involved you get, the bigger and stronger your muscle body becomes, the faster your metabolism is. And it just brings energy upwards and towards your head. Manipulate where you need to stand on the band to make sure you can push with accurate resistance. If you're standing on it halfway, you won't be able to get your arm up as you should. So just make sure that this arm, the length of the band on the arm that you're holding onto here is a little bit less. Then swap it over.
No good. And I guess if there's too much, then it's really not doing anything.
Too easy. So
So
you'll
try and
find a
find that
perfect
sweet
spot,
spot.
as well as choosing the right resistance band for you. You might find that your lower legs are stronger than your upper body and you choose to use a greater resistance for the first exercises that we did, and then when we move to the rows and when we move to the shoulder press, you might choose to bring your resistance down a little bit. But as Em said, with this particular exercise, you can manipulate how much resistance there is by where you stand on the band, which is really good. Like I said, if you're out and about on holidays and you want to just grab the one band to take, this is a great way. This routine is a really good way to be able to get a bit of a whole body workout, boost your metabolism, increase your energy, and you only need to take one little thing. It fits in your suitcase. It's super easy.
Wake up your muscles. Great to start.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
So you can choose to do each of those 4 exercises, 10 of them, remembering that when we're doing the shoulder press, we've got to do 10 on one side, 10 on the other, same as with the legs, the glutes. And then you can choose to start that again and go back down to your squats to do another 10 of them. It gives that muscle a little bit of a rest so that you can then move on without being able to sort of feel like you have not been able to achieve the full 10. Or as Em likes to do when she does her workouts, Em would probably choose to do 3 sets of the squats first, so that her muscles can really fatigue. But that's totally up to you on how you do that. If you want to go through and work all of the muscles first and then start again, it gives you that opportunity to get a whole body workout. And if you only manage to get through 1 round, you can then try and build on that to get to 2 rounds down the track in the next week or so.
Nothing.
100%.
Just go start. Just do something.
Simple exercises that you can do to not only wake up your metabolism, but also increase the pull on your muscles. So if you've got an issue with your bones, how are your bones, babe? Are they pretty strong?
Pretty stiff like that.
If you've got an issue with osteoporosis or osteopenia, doing exercises like this is going to pull. Those muscles are going to pull on those bones and increase the trabeculae or the strength of the bone. So also another great reason to do resistance bands work. And like we said, with the door anchor, with the door anchor and the ankle straps, it massively increases the different muscles that you can use those bands for to be able to get the strength in. So if you've got an injury that you're trying to rehabilitate, those bands will be able to cover off any of those muscles that you need to strengthen back up again. We talk about getting rid of inflammation first, working on healing any of the tears, bursitis, tendonitis, any of those things. And then we want to stretch the area. Then we want to work on building some strength and resistance so that those injuries don't happen. Bands are a great way to do that. So enjoy that exercise. Keep up with it, because we know that you guys want to be healthy versions of yourself, and that's what we're all about this year, making sure that you guys can be as healthy as you possibly can.
Let's go start.
Thanks for having us on your therapeutic journey.